Welcome everyone to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and I know one of the most favorite topics that we cover here are Apple's AirPods. So we are here with another comparison with this guy right here. These have just launched just a day or two ago, and we've been playing around with them ever since the Bose QuietComfort Earbuds. Now these guys are basically in the same price range as Apple's AirPods Pro. So we are going to be pitting them against one another. Our Bose QuietComfort Earbuds, ANC Earbuds, against Apple's own AirPods Pro. So let's go ahead and dive into this and see which one of these guys is better. We could talk about these headphones for basically hours. We wouldn't stop. There is so much to cover, so we're gonna try to run through things a little bit quick, and if we do cover something too fast, be sure to check out the link down below in the description, read through our full article where it gives you a more in-depth breakdown of these guys. But there are a lot of differences between these two sets of earbuds. The first and foremost is probably the design. If you can't rightly tell already, there's a huge size disparity between Apple's AirPods Pro and the Bose QuietComfort Earbuds. It is no joke. The Bose QuietComfort Earbuds are huge in comparison to the AirPods Pro. The case is really just massive. It really is. But if you can get past that, there are some benefits to it. So for one, the Bose case actually has a little clip in the front, which means it has to unclip before. It's hard to do it facing the camera. It has to unclip before it can open. If you've ever dropped your pair of AirPods or AirPods Pro before, more often than not, they're gonna hit the ground and your AirPods are gonna fly out all over the place. So I really like there's this clip on the front of the case. Other than that, you can see both the earbuds inside of these. There's the status light. It gives you the 4 LEDs in the front of the Bose, which gives you a better representation of battery life. Whereas AirPods Pro, you just have that single light there on the front. Both of these guys support Qi wireless charging. The AirPods actually have a lightning connector there at the bottom, and the Bose QuietComfort have a USB-C port. So USB-C versus lightning both support Qi wireless charging. As for power, since we're talking about those charging ports, the Bose QuietComfort, these win out here for sure. These guys will actually get you 6 hours of usage time off a single charge. AirPods Pro, if you turn ANC off, this will get you 5 hours. But with ANC or transparency mode on, you're only gonna get 4.5. But Apple comes back because you can get a full 24 hours with the earbuds plus the battery remaining in the case, whereas the Beats will only yield you, I believe, 18 total hours. So 18 hours total for the Bose QuietComforts and 24 total hours for the AirPods, even though single use on the Bose is a bit longer. These guys both have some form of fast charging capabilities, quick charging capabilities. For the AirPods Pro, 5 minutes will give you an hour of use, whereas on the Bose QuietComfort Earbuds, 15 minutes will give you 2 hours of use. So both have some form of quick charge capability. Looking at connectivity, the Bluetooth on the Bose is Bluetooth 5.1, whereas the AirPods Pro, it's only Bluetooth 5.0. But Apple's still using its H1 audio chip there, which actually gives you amazing 100-foot range because it's using class 1 Bluetooth audio. It's a more robust signal, longer range there, so less dropouts and all of that, but it is worse on battery life, hence only 4.5 hours here on the AirPods Pro. Bose still does a good job, about 33 or so feet of range, basically your standard wireless range, and we also had no issues with dropout or connectivity in the time we were using them. We didn't go past that range. AirPods Pro just gonna win in terms of range, but we had no issues here. These are standard for your normal non-Apple Bluetooth earbuds. So we want to talk specifics between these two guys, looking at unique features, starting here with the AirPods Pro. There's a lot. You guys probably know a lot of the things in here. So obviously they support active noise cancellation. They have adaptive EQ using the microphones on the inside of the earbuds. It's able to tune the audio to your specific ears. There's extremely tight integration with iOS, watchOS, your Apple TV, your Mac, your iPad, really everything across the board. So a really tight integration there with that. You can use Siri. You can use Siri to check on battery life, which is very handy. You can use Siri to control them, such as turning ANC on or off. And of course, there's Control Center on your watch and your Apple TV to control ANC and transparency mode as well. There is active noise cancellation versus transparency mode with these guys, so you can have either one of those on. With the Bose QuietComfort, what makes these pretty darn awesome is they actually have 11 levels of noise cancellation. So 0 is going to be basically transparency mode. Complete audio from the outside coming in. And you can really control that. So the more and more you go up through those levels of ANC, the less outside noise is going to come in. So 10 completely blocking out outside noise, which is, they just did such a good job on. So I really love that there's that more granularity there. On top of that, you can actually program presets and favorites. So if I want just to have there's 3 presets you can set for the left earbud, and when you go ahead and tap and cycle through those favorites, you can have those for your favorite levels of ANC. So maybe 0, 5, and 10 to jump through your favorite levels of ANC. So you can really get granular and control those on the earbuds themselves. There is the Bose Music app to accompany this. It allows you more control and updates over your Bose QuietComfort earbuds. There's also a feature that you can enable where whenever you put the right earbud in, it will automatically answer your phone calls for you, so you don't have to manually do that. Phone call comes in, you take out the earbud, put it in, phone call automatically gets answered. Very seamless, very smooth. And of course, we already mentioned the case with the extra LEDs in the front and the lock, so nothing ever happens to it. So a few benefits there on the Bose QuietComforts. One thing I forgot to mention on the AirPods Pro, I don't know how I did, but these guys, spatial audio. Spatial audio is a new feature for the AirPods Pro that came as part of iOS 14. And there's also automatic device switching, but it gives you that Dolby Atmos 3D surround sound effect for your AirPods Pro. And on top of that, third-party developers can build that feature into their apps and in games, giving you really immersive surround sound when you're playing any Apple Arcade titles, anything like that. So very cool spatial audio on the AirPods Pro. Personally though, this should come down to 2 things for these sets of earbuds. It should come down to actual noise cancellation itself and the audio quality. These guys are very close to one another within price, only like $20 to $30 or so from one another. And that makes it a very tough call because the Bose wins hands down for both. The ANC is incredible, and I didn't even realize what was happening. So I had them in, I'm working, I had noise cancellation all the way up, and I turned transparency mode on. I turned it all the way down to 0, and all of a sudden I'm like hearing all this like fan noise and like the static in my ears. I'm like, what is going on? Why is there so much background noise coming through? This version of transparency mode is terrible. No. I was rendering on an old computer nearby and the fan was extremely loud. And between taking them in and out, I couldn't tell the difference between it. And it was just the fan going on in the background. It completely shut it out. It was a loud fan, like a 2011 MacBook Air, just roaring away. I had no idea. Obviously, I haven't tried these on a plane yet, but these create a far better seal in my ear. They have the additional wings going up the back. These have been by far a better set of noise canceling headphones than the AirPods Pro. These do an admirable job, and I have said from the beginning, I like the ANC on the AirPods Pro, but it is not as good as Bose. For good reason. Bose is literally the one who brought the first consumer set of noise canceling headphones to market. So if they didn't have an incredible set of noise canceling earbuds like this, I'd be shocked. So yes, the Bose QuietComfort absolutely wins hands down in terms of noise canceling, and they win in terms of audio quality too. You saw these things are so much bigger than one of the AirPods Pro. Like the earbuds themselves are kind of massive in compared to AirPods Pro. They have a more traditional, streamlined design that I think a lot of people appreciate, but they are bigger. So you get a fuller, richer sound than the AirPods Pro. It's just a fuller, richer sound between the two of them. It's more balanced, I think. The bass is fuller. The AirPods Pro, I think they're more neutral. Apple has the Beats brand, which is very heavy on the bass. So Apple tried to create essentially a very neutral set of earbuds with AirPods and AirPods Pro for the Apple brand versus Beats. And I think that makes sense, but it's a little too in the middle. Mids are great, but it's not as big of a sound. Bose definitely has a bigger, richer sound than the AirPods Pro. Both sound great, but if I'm judging in terms of audio quality, once more, easily have to choose the Bose QuietComfort. So which one of these things do you buy? That is a hard question because they both have their benefits. AirPods Pro, these things win for me because they have such a tight integration with the Apple ecosystem. They effortlessly pair with that H1 chip and they show up on all of my Apple devices, just no work. They're so easy to use, set up, and so many specific features that Apple continues to add to. At the same time, these are a set of headphones. ANC and audio quality should matter, and if that's what you're prioritizing most, you have to go with the Bose QuietComfort earbuds. It's a tough call for anyone to make out there, and I'm curious on which one you guys value more: the audio quality and ANC capabilities of the Bose QuietComfort, or Apple's amazing features, compact size of the AirPods Pro. Let me know over on Twitter at Andrew_OSU, and if you want to get either of these guys and save some money, follow the links down below in the description.